Before we get on, let me share this with you. I was excited when I saw this. You know, they say that a dog owner often ends up looking like their dog, or maybe the dog winds up looking like the dog owner, OK? Well, now the dog owner really can look like their pet because they can wear clothes made out of the dog's own hair, OK? These owners, these are some genuine photos, these owners, they've petted their dog so much and then they collected the hair, OK, and they had them spun into yarn, and this is genuine, and they had clothes made out of their dog's hair for when they walk the dog. So, look at this. There's one, OK? That's not a bad jumper. It's a big old dog she's got there. I don't know, is it a Newfoundland, one of those things? But she's made that big old jump on it, OK? And the good thing, of course, is if you're wearing that and you get wet, she just shakes herself dry. Here's another one. This is, once again, it's a genuine thing. Look at that. Wow, wow. I tell you what, she looks hot. I thought it was Gaga for a minute. So I thought I'd have a go myself. And the trouble is, though, my dogs are all small dogs, and they're all short-haired dogs, so all I could gather, this was all they could make for me. I got this made from my pugs, OK? But we have got another coat here. This was made out of Alsatian fur, and we thought we'd show you. But the advantage of these things is that, because it's made of dog hair, you know... Oh, hold on. Yeah. It'll hang itself up. Fetch! There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get my next guest out. He's one of our fastest rising screen stars. It's Redmayne. It's the fastest anyone's ever come out of that room. Redmayne, don't sit down, Eddie. Wow. Oh, lady. There's two ladies who are refusing to sit down. They're so excited you're here.
Where did you get that from? Wow.
Well, you've obviously having a bit of an impact in the female population, and I'm sure with homosexuals as well, so congratulations. Well, hey, congratulations. What a great year so far for you. Has anyone been to see Les Mis yet? It's been out, and it's already a huge smash hit globally. Terrific performance for you. You've just come back from LA from the Golden Globes. How was that?
Do you know what? It was kind of wonderful. I've never been to anything like it, and it's this weird thing because it's sort of big dinner party, and everywhere you look, you sort of sit there and go, "Oh God, that guy looks like Bradley. It's Bradley Cooper." Or you find yourself. I was in a loo. I went to the loo, and there was a sort of bouncer outside the loo, and I was taking a pee, and this guy next to me goes, "I like your work." And I was like, "Oh, thank you," and it was Puff Daddy. And, but I then got serious stage fright and sort of stood there pretending to go to the loo for about a minute. So,
you got puff fright, yeah, you couldn't,
puff fright.
Yeah.
I mean, he's quite intimidating.
But I bet Diddy was diddling like nobody's business.
I bet
So Les Mis, it's already won some awards. It's up for many more. I imagine, though, you know, you never know in advance. You must think there's a chance a film like that will be a hit. People will like it. You never know when you're making a movie, do you? So it's kind of a challenge just to get it right, especially the way it was filmed. I mean, tell us about the technique, because normally people will mime on a film, aren't they, when they're doing a musical?
That's right, yes.
Here, that wasn't the case,
It wasn't the case. So on this one, we had this weird thing where we had earpieces in our ears, and there was, like, a live pianist playing offset, and he would play into our ears so we could kind of control the songs, and the great thing about that was that it meant that you could be spontaneous while you were playing it, but the problem
So when you
was...
say spontaneous, obviously you're sticking to this, but you mean you could change the tempo
you could kind of change, exactly, so you could make the thing sound real, you could change the tempo, you could sort of linger for a thought if it came, and the problem was if you were doing your song at 5 in the morning or it was all covered in sort of sludge or sewer, it was slightly more tricky. Because you're acting as well as singing, of course, and you've got to multitask.
The two performances in the film, which are, well, I mean, every performance in the film is good, but the two moments I think that everyone remember are the moment that Anne Hathaway sings her bloody miserable song.
Yeah.
Okay? Lives up to the film's title.
It does.
And the bit at the end when you sing the big song that you have.
Oh, that's thank you.
Incredible moments, both of them.
Thank you.
And really, but once again, a lot of pressure to carry on you on that day, I imagine, because you know that's one of the most famous songs in the musical, which is the most watched musical in the world.
Well, you sort of I kind of grew up. You know, I saw it when I was a kid, and it was that sort of ridiculous story that I would go on family holidays in a car, and my brother would sing Hugh Jackman's part, and I would sing Russell's part, and so it was that way that we'd grown up, and I'd listened to Michael Ball's version, and when you turn up on the day and you have to be the guy attempting to do that, I think I did about 4 or 5 takes, and Tom, the director, was like, fine, that's great, I think we got it. And I was like, no. We keep going until there's blood coming out of my eyeballs. Because I know that all the hardcore fans are going to be like, well, he wasn't Michael Ball, so I just need to know that I've kind of flagellated myself enough to get there.
But you must be, I'm sure, filled with the results. And do you like to watch yourself on screen?
I mean, I saw it in IMAX one of the first times, and you can literally sort of trace, it's like dot to dot on my freckles. It becomes like a kind of...
you are quite freckly, aren't you?
I'm pretty freckly. A lot of sun damage, mate.
Are you freckly all the way down, or is it kind of...
Good question.
I'm curious as to whether... Did it die off, like, by the chest area, or did it go all the way down? Does it look like you're wearing a shirt and then the legs are white?
I mean, there's definitely a lot of whiteness, I'm not going to lie.
Do you have freckles on your genitals as well, or is that a kind of freckle-free area? Have you never looked yourself?
No, my genitals are freckle-free, I think.
What about on your no doubt very pert buttocks? Are they freckly or are they pale, like ivory balls, like crystal balls in which I could see my future?
I think my non-existent arse has maybe a mole or two.
All right, we've covered freckles about as extensively as anyone. Let's show you now. Once again, I don't know how many people have been to see Les Miserables yet, but I'm sure those that have will be going again, because already this is a big hit, isn't it?
I mean, do you know what? We just, because we're all fans, basically everyone in it was... when they mentioned they were doing Les Mis in Hollywood, suddenly, literally everyone leapt out of the musical theatre closet and came running in from Russell to, across the board. So we all kind of cared that it turned out all right. So the fact that people seem to be enjoying it is a wonderful thing.
You can see it's a labour of love right across the board, and it deserves to be here. Have a look at this, and we're going to show a little taste for the moment of when Eddie does his thing, and this is an exceptional performance.
Empty chairs at empty tables, where my friends will meet no more. Oh, my friends, don't ask me what your sacrifice was for. Empty chairs at empty tables, where my friends will sing no more.
They are gigantic lips, aren't they?
We know you've got very full lips. There's nothing wrong with that. Nice lips, full lips.
It's so odd when you know, when you speak, you don't have much of an issue, but then when you see it back, you're like, on IMAX, those lips are like...
huge.
Massive. I apologise for
like two giant buses being ground together.
They've got a whole other life of their own. They're like puppets.
But don't pull yourself apart like that, because everyone looks themselves and... I mean, obviously I'm kind of more or less perfect, but most people look at themselves on screen and see things they don't like. And isn't that a weird thing that people who we would see someone say, wow, that's a good-looking person, it must be great to be him or her, they're going, oh, I don't like my nose, I don't like my lips. It's just
you know what? And when I auditioned for The Good Shepherd when I was a kid, I played Angelina Jolie's son, and I remember walking in and the casting director she just said one word, which was lips. I was like, bonus.
That must have been weird playing, because how old were you when you played Angelina Jolie's son? You weren't that young, were you?
No, I was about, I think, 8 years younger than her. So.
OK, so you're old enough to find her attractive as a fellow adult.
Absolutely.
And yet you're playing someone who isn't meant to have those feelings for her.
There was a hideously awkward moment, Jonathan, in which I was playing a son and she was getting ready to go out for the evening, and I had to walk in and go, Mother, you look beautiful. Robert De Niro, clunk, name drop, that's disgusting, sorry, but he was directing it, and it was, and we had to do about 300 takes, because every time I'd come in and go, you'd go, Mother, you look beautiful, and when it's Angelina Jolie, it just looks lecherous and generally...
Where are you going, Mum? Can I come? Was it like that?
Yeah, genuinely.
So what is next for you, then?
Do you know, it's a good question. I've been... I'm not sure. I've been sort of running around promoting Les Mis.
Yeah, and that's a big part of the job these days, isn't it?
It is, and it's something that I sort of haven't done much of. And I'm one of those, always the actors sort of complaining about that sort of thing, but I love a good hotel. So I've been enjoying the... just going around and hanging out with old friends. Really.
So they pay for, I guess, the film company or the promotional people, they pay for you to be in the hotel?
They do.
They pay for the cleaning while you're there?
They do.
Food?
You have to re-educate yourself on using the minibar. Because, when I was younger, you'd go to hotels and your parents would be like, under no circumstances touch the minibar. And now you have a certain amount that you can spend each day in a hotel, and so you have to sort of retrain your mind to abuse, like steal everything from the minibar. I was come back with... I genuinely, embarrassingly, arrived back today from Los Angeles with a load of, like, sort of shampoos in posh little bags. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I just felt like...
Tiny little bottles of gin in a bag.
On a cheap dip, basically, yeah.
Look, I'm thrilled you came on the show. Thank you so much. I've admired seeing you in other movies, but this is a knockout performance in a movie which is quite rightly earned awards already, and it's a huge success. Good luck at the BAFTAs for the whole film. Good luck at the Oscars. Ladies and gentlemen, what a charming young man, Mr. Eddie Redmayne.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was great. Thank you.